Well, let's have a yarn with some of the victims, and I'll preface my remarks by saying two things. I wish I knew how these people manage. And secondly, there are many of us who would do things differently. As Richo said, if things aren't working, sensible people make changes. Wayne Dorsey owns a restaurant on the northern beaches. No cases there. Most of his money comes from dine-in, so takeaways of no value. He's losing thousands of dollars a week. How does this go on till October? Berejiklian says she understands. Wayne joins me. Wayne, the equation is simple, isn't it? There's not enough income to keep you going.
Yeah, absolutely, Alan. Let me just start by saying, for me and my family, we're quite fortunate in that that's not our primary source of income. But the experience that I've had from the business side of things is just diabolical. I mean, as Gladys just finished saying, she apologises, but most businesses, prudent business owners will have a buffer. But that buffer went in March to June last year, or again on the northern beaches across the Christmas time. And so now we're not operating with a buffer. So we listen to our Premier and we seek the support that she promised. And so
you made an application. You made an application on the first available day. You got nothing. You rang Service New South Wales for clarification. You waited, am I right in saying, 1.5 to 2 hours? You finally got in touch with them on August 5 and they told you that neither your small business hardship grant or your JobSaver application had passed the first stage. We're out there to help you. Where do you go from here?
And I'm a CPA, so I know how to fill out forms. I know how to go through this process. So mine were done within the first 2 days of being open with all the adequate support. And not only did I go 1.5 hours, I did that for 5 consecutive days until I finally got through. Someone else in the business sector has told me that they waited 7 days in a row for 4 hours, and apparently there must be a cut-off after 4 hours because she was cut off. Anyway, I spoke to the lady at Service New South Wales, lovely lady, but feeling battle-weary herself. And I said to her, so where are my applications up to? And she said, well, they haven't passed the first stage. I said, so what does that mean? So she said, well, what that actually means is it hasn't been assigned to anyone to assess yet. So I said to her, how many, could you tell me, how many out of all the small business owners that have been talking to you across the course of the last few weeks have actually received a cent? Sample of one, mind you, but she's been working 10 to 12 hours a day. She said not one of the people that she's talked to has received a cent. This is 6 weeks in, Alan, and that's what she said.
Well, just before you go, look, Berejiklian says she understands. Morrison and co wonder why they're way behind in the polls. What advice would you give them, Wayne?
The polls aren't going to help them in the next election, that's for sure. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're trying to do the right thing and do what is required under the public health orders. But to ask us not to stress because the support will be there, but not actually have the mechanisms in place to get the support to those that need it, it's just mind-boggling. It's not like this thing caught us by surprise. We've been here for 18 months.
Unbelievable. Hang in there, my friend. It's just disgusting and disgraceful. They've got no idea. Well, look, let's go to Zara. Zara Sharifi. She's a hairdresser and a salon owner. She's in the local Cumberland area. Zara, thank you for joining us. How much are you losing a week?
Thank you.
How much are you losing a week?
It depends. Before COVID-19, I had especially in July and August, our income was above close to $2,000 a week. But unfortunately, COVID-19 has impacted my business a lot. So it's different now.
And so July and August, I know, are usually busy months. Now, you applied for financial assistance. And like Wayne, now you've been waiting 3 to 4 weeks. You called Service New South Wales many times and told them that they told you you'd have to continue waiting.
That's right.
That's your story? Why can't a fully vaccinated person have her hair done with a fully vaccinated hairdresser?
Yes, I actually... I enrolled my name for the vaccine, but unfortunately, because I've got asthma problem, I cannot do the AstraZeneca, but I have to do the Pfizer. But unfortunately, I couldn't find any place. I called many places, but they said, we haven't got Pfizer, but unfortunately, I have to wait until November.
Wait till that. It's unbelievable. Just before you go, am I right in saying you bought a new house last year? I mean, in this environment, there's millions like you, but how do you pay the mortgage?
Very difficult, because since I haven't get any response from Service New South Wales, and I haven't received any money from them, it's a bit difficult, very difficult for myself, for my family.
And it must be. It's impossible. I can't believe how you manage. Just finally, do you believe that Berejiklian and Hazard have any understanding of the problems people like you face?
Very difficult time, to be honest. This time is like special for small businesses, because our income, whatever we work, we have to spend the same time, that if we don't have that much saving, to support us in this difficulty time, unfortunately. And I've got a teenager at home as well, so I haven't received any help from the Service New South Wales, but still I'm waiting. I called them many, many times, but they said yesterday I had called from the Service New South Wales. They said, you're in the second step, which is they're going to review your application, and it takes 7 to another 10 days. So I have to wait.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Look, we're just running it. It's a shambles. Zara, thank you for your time. It's a shambles. We'll keep in touch with you, Zara. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Now, Howard Ryan is in the Blacktown local government area. I'm speaking to Howard because many are in his boat. You see, he runs a building and home inspection business, but the only employees are Howard and his wife. Who cares about people like this? Howard, good evening. Thank you for your time. You'd normally have a turnover of several $1,000s a week, and you're now getting nothing. And you've applied, I understand, for financial help. And how have you gone?
I've had nothing since the 18th of July, and we've applied to our banks to defer our mortgages, and they denied us. We then lodged a claim to AFCA. And we haven't heard back from them as yet either. So we're losing about between $10,000 and $20,000 a week.
Holy Nelly. And you asked, like our other two guests, Wayne and Zara, Service New South Wales, what's happening? And you were told your application is what? Still in progress? In progress, yeah. That's all we're getting, mate. And you're co-owners with your son of a home loan, and that's the point you make. So you requested ANZ Bank, well done ANZ, to defer the repayments, and the bank refuses to help. Correct. We only wanted to defer it between 2 and 3 months, and but I don't know how long this is going to last. Last year, when JobKeeper came in, it was okay. It helped us. It helped us with our mortgages, but this time there's nothing, and there's no support from the New South Wales government, and there's nothing coming in whatsoever. Just how do you think Berejiklian and Hazard have any understanding of what people like you face? No clue, mate. If someone's earning, between $5,000 and $12,000 a week for the job that they do in the government, they don't care what happens to people like us, mate. Absolutely right. $8,000 a week. Howard, we've got your number. We'll keep in touch, and if need be, we'll bring you back on. Thank you for sharing with us. I can't say anything. I'm thinking of you, but that's no good to you either. But try to hang in if you can, eh? And to our viewers out there, I appreciate it. Saying not at all. That's a snapshot. What do all of you out there think? I have to confess, I don't know what to think, except a sense of shame and disgust that this is Australia and we're treating our people like this. Email me, alan@skynews.com.au, the text line 0414 000 848.